David, first of all, a quick word about Paul's award of Manager of the Month. Fitting, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I think he's done a fantastic job since he's came in. I think that's shown in the results. I think fully deserved. Everyone's been working really hard, himself and his staff and everyone else behind the scenes, and it's been a real joint effort as well. Everyone's obviously the results have been on the pitch, but the players are responding well to it off the pitch as well.
What are the main differences between Paul and Neil?
I think they're very different very good in different ways. Both of them. He's very organised. He had a clear plan as soon as he came in, what he wanted to achieve, and things he wanted to implement straight away. And I think we've seen that in the first couple of games. He never had much time. I think it was only 2 days before his first game, and there was a lot of information he wanted to give us, but he knew it was such a quick turnaround. There was only a couple of points he wanted to put in, so we put them in place straight away. There's no grey areas with him. He knows exactly what we want. We know exactly what he's looking to put over, and that goes right through the club. He's even trying to implement that with the 20s as well, and the younger boys coming through. So, no, there's a clear indication of what's expected of him.
The players appear to have bought into his ethos quite quickly, haven't they?
Definitely. As I say, the results have shown that. They're enjoying. I speak on behalf of the players. We're enjoying it, coming in every day. Obviously, that helps when results go well. The boys, you look forward to training, you look forward to playing games, and like I say, the sort of attention to detail and the technical and tactical stuff we're doing on the training field is really showing off in the games now.
It looked an unlikely scenario earlier on in the season that if you win if Bennett won the last game before the split, you would actually go above Hearts. But that's the case on Saturday, isn't it?
That is the case. Yeah, we've done really well to get ourselves into that position. We've always had short-term goals. We didn't want to look too far ahead of ourselves. I know we've been saying all season we want to be fighting at the top end of the league, but the situation was 10 weeks ago we weren't there. We had a lot of ground to make up just to get into the top 6, and thankfully we managed to do it. We always thought we were able to do it, but it was always just one game at a time and always chasing the team in front of us, and that's the way we've been for the last sort of 6-7 games, just chasing the team in front. And now that's Hearts, there's a team in front of us, and we've got an opportunity to go above them again on Saturday, so that's what we want to do, definitely.
What have you made of Hearts season? Because they had a fantastic start, of course, but the number of injuries and the dip. Craig Levine appears to be laying a lot of faith on Hfcvhmfc, who's been a big player for the club. He missed last night. He is going to be fit apparently for Saturday.
Yeah, I fully expect him to play. I think he's done really well for them. He gives them a different dimension. He's obviously a big lad, big target up there. And like you say, they started really well. Started the season, they had a few injuries, but they've always been the same, and they're going to be very difficult to play against. I mean, I think the form book kind of goes out the window this weekend, regardless. We're on great form. They've obviously had a bad result during the week, but we know what they're capable of, and we know what to expect going into the derby. It's sort of like I say, the sort of form goes out the window, and it's about who turns up on the day. These games, it's all about who wants it more on the day.
How tough was it for the guys to lose a derby at home? They've gone so long without losing one at Easter Road, and does that add to the motivation to go and get one back over Hearts this weekend?
I think it's always tough to take. I don't think it adds to the motivation. The motivation's always going to be there. We know how much it means to everyone involved at the club, the supporters and everyone else. I think it's, like I say, the derby takes care of itself. I think it doesn't really matter how you're playing going into the derby. It's all about the occasion, the game. We know how much it means to everybody involved, and we fully expect a real tough game at Tynecastle, but it's a good time to be going there.
Would the 2-all in the cup at Tynecastle be the best memory in your time in the club of getting a result there?
Mixed. It's a mixed one for me, that, because I got injured in the game, so I felt obviously, I think it was in the first 30 seconds of the game or something, and then I managed to scramble to half time, and then I think I lasted like 3 seconds in the second half and realised it was no good. So I was sitting on the bench, and then you end up 2-0 down, and you're sitting there thinking this is the worst day ever, and then Paul pops up and scores, and it turns into one of the best days ever. So no, it was mixed emotions that day, but I think going in for that, after that game, it almost felt like a victory. And then going back to Easter Road after that, we knew if we sort of started the game like we sort of finished that one, that all the momentum was with us, and as I say, it felt like a victory going out in the game. So almost felt like we were 1-0 up before the game started. So no, it was a good time to be playing them after the first leg.
How important was momentum in a in a derby like this, it's going to be fast, frenetic, you know, the tackles are going to be flying in. It's about the team that really finds their feet, isn't it? Yeah,
I think it's the team that settles quickest. Like you say, there's the recent games you've seen that they're not always easy on the eye, the derbies, they're fast, they're frantic. Sometimes it is the team that manages to get the ball down and play a little bit more and show that little bit more composure, because you know what it's going to be. There's going to be tackles flying in. I feel expect it to be very similar again on Saturday, but hopefully we can get the ball down and play our game that we want to impose on them and get the right result that we're looking for.
Can you remember going to your first ever derby as a boy?
As a boy? No, not as a boy. I remember my first game I played in, the first one at Tynecastle was the one at New Year, and they're always, it's a great place to play. The derbies, the atmosphere's electric, and it's just that roar at the start of the game's loud, and it's hairs on the back of the neck stuff. So especially with what's riding on this game at the weekend, I'd be expecting exactly the same.
We heard Dan speaking earlier in the week about hoping to get a new deal sorted out. Is that something that you're hoping to get done soon with your contract expiring in the summer?
Absolutely, yeah. It's something we're talking about at the minute, but the full focus has always been on the playing side, staying fit and staying in the team and contributing that way. That's the most important thing for me at the minute. But I think everybody knows that I love being at the club, I love being here, and I've got no intentions of going anywhere else, so hopefully I can get that sorted as soon as possible.
Are you at a stage in your career where you're now looking towards the coaching side of it?
No, not the coaching side of it. Obviously you get to a sort of age and then you start to think about life after football. Definitely I'd be stupid enough to think that I'm just thinking I'm going to keep playing forever, because I know I'm not. But at the minute I feel that I'm more than capable of still contributing. I'm only 31 at the end of this one, so no, I'd be, as I say, foolish to be thinking about, not about my future, but at the same time fully focused on my commitment to playing and looking to play for as long as I possibly can.